Hi, everyone. Welcome to another video with me, Coach Sierra. I'm the Research and Assessment Specialist with Academic Coaching for World Changers. Today's video has nothing to do with the content for your exam, but it is a video to tell you a little bit more about myself. Now, some of you may not have actually met me via Zoom because we all conduct our services virtually, but you may have met me through the individual sessions that we do for research and assessment, possibly group or boot camp. Or maybe you have seen me through prior recordings that I've made and posted here on our YouTube channel, or possibly you've purchased our bootcamp or our group recordings that are available on our website, academiccoachingforworldchangers.com. Now, if you have no idea who I am, this video is to tell you just a little bit about me and my teaching style. That way, you know who I am as a coach. So again, my name is Coach Sierra. I teach the research and assessment section for your exam. This includes the NCE, the CPCE, the NC, I have it written down. I didn't want to forget it. The NCHMCE, as well as any other exam that we offer services for at the Academic Coaching for World Changers site that include research and assessment material. Now, outside of my realm of research and assessment, I'm a published researcher. I've published research twice, and I come from a master's of public health. So the reason why I have a specialty in research and assessment is because that's the area that I actually know the most. Now, I am sort of familiar, with our Piaget, our Super, our Adler, our Holland, but my real area of expertise falls into the research and assessment area, which includes nominal ordinal interval ratio, normal distribution, normal bell curves, Z-scores, T-scores, things like that. So if you're having a hard time understanding that material, you totally want to book a session with me. I can help you understand the material with ease, give examples that make sense for you and your lived experiences, and really make the textbook material come alive. Now, outside of my time, when I'm not publishing research or working as a research coach, I'm also a Spanish teacher. I own a company called Bridging Gaps Academy, where I tutor and teach Spanish. So I teach Spanish for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. We all teach virtually. I also tutor for ACT, SAT. I do college essay writing for undergraduate, graduate, and PhD candidates, as well as help people pass their research related assignments, I guess you could say. So if you really need some academic writing that also includes a research lens, I can assist with that as well. What else about me should I share? I've got some notes, so I'm gonna refer to my notes. I've been working for academic coaching for over a year. I'm really excited to be a part of the team. It's been a very joyful experience for me. I really enjoy meeting each and every one of you and moving you through the material and moving you through understanding how to really conquer research and assessment. I started off with doing my work in public health and then heard that academic coaching was looking for coaches, and they hired me on, and it's been a really great year so far, and I hope to continue to work with them until all of you pass and all of you have gotten the material that you needed to move through. What else? How do I teach? So I primarily teach using a teach back method. I really enjoy making sure that my students and my clients have the space to teach the material back to me. So we might meet for our first session and do content, but if we meet again, the first thing I'll ask is, do you have any questions? What did we learn last class, and can you teach it back to me? Dr. Pam really emphasizes you really know your material if you're able to teach it back to me. And honoring the words of Dr. Pam, I make sure I really incorporate that into my class. That way you're able to, or my sessions, I guess you could say, to really make sure that you know the material and you're able to teach it. And if there's any holes in the content or your knowledge of the content, we can really make sure to patch those holes to best ensure that you're getting the score that you want on your exam. What else? If you have a lesson with me, it will include homework. I'm totally a homework teacher all the way. The homework is totally doable. Homework is not required. So if you show up to class and say, yo, Coach Sierra, I didn't have time to get my homework in, that's okay. But classes really thrive with me if you're able to come to class, ask questions, study outside of class, and then complete the homework assignments. These could include quiz questions or asking you to complete content or study content in the text, such as Halweg, or asking you to complete a worksheet that I've created for you. From time to time, I send out worksheets, and I've also created a research and assessment study guide that I ask all clients to study and really get to know the material. It's really important that you know how you study best. So if this is your first time meeting with an individual coach, of course, you will have to do the initial assessment. And when you do the initial assessment with Dr. Pam or one of our other amazing coaches, the goal is for us to understand how you learn best so you can best conquer the material. What else? I'm really big on motivating. So if there's any blockage, like mental blockage for the research and assessment section, we will always address that first. So if you come into the session saying, this is the hardest section, this is the math section, I don't understand this section, we will really take the time to make sure that all of that is clear. We'll get clear of any myths for this section and really make sure that you understand what's happening in the research and assessment material so you can best conquer the material. So it's not a math exam. Remember, you don't need a calculator for any of your exams. It's not a math exam. It is numbers, but remember, math is calculating numbers and research is interpreting numbers. So the goal of the sessions with me is to help you understand how to interpret the numbers and how to read the question and how to really find what you're looking for in the question. Looking at my notes, anything else I want to share with you? Oh, the last thing I want to share with you in this short video is something that I really value when I'm teaching research and assessment is to make sure you're out of the danger zone. I speak about this all the time in my sessions. Remember, you don't want to be in the danger zone. So if I see you in the danger zone, I'm going to call you out. I'm a coach. That's what I do. It's what I'm paid for, to help you pass your exam. Now, the danger zone is when you know the material well enough to be familiar with it, but you don't know enough to actually pass the question. So what happens is you're eating up all of your test time because you kind of know what the normal bell curve is, but you don't know it well enough to pass the question. Do you know the 68, 95, 99 rule? Do you know the differences between z-scores and t-scores? Do you know the difference between a standard score and standard deviation? Or did you just watch that one Dr. Pam video? Or did you watch that one research and assessment video and you kind of know it, but you don't know it well enough to pass the question? So as you study and as you have sessions with me, one of the things I will check is this in the danger zone? Like, yes, I know it's familiar and I know that you might be able to talk about it a little bit, but can you fully teach that content back to me or to someone else, a stuffed animal? Can you record a video and talk about the material to someone, anonymous? But in general, can you get the content out of the danger zone? I don't know if it's better to not know the material at all, because then you would just flag it and then you'd come back to it at the very end. But the danger zone is the source of frustration, is really what I'm trying to convey here. So as you study the research and assessment material, and as we do our sessions together, remember, we want to push you out of the danger zone. It's great that you have heard of the term quasi-experimental design. It's great that you've heard of the term a true experimental design, but do you know it well enough to teach it back to me? And do you know it well enough to push it out of the danger zone that no matter what type of question you would get, you'd be able to answer that question? So that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit of how I teach. So again, I'm Coach Sierra. I'm the Research and Assessment Specialist for Academic Coaching for World Changers. Outside of my life at Academic Coaching for World Changers, I'm a Spanish teacher and a business owner. I own a company called Bridging Gaps Academy, where I do other academic help and assistance and services, all virtual via Zoom. And in our time together in our research and assessment sessions, I will motivate you. I will make sure that we're moving through any mental blocks for the research and assessment section and make sure you stay out of the danger zone. And of course, incorporating all of those Dr. Pam methods. It's a reading test. It's a reading test. Read the question. Don't think, read, and all of those techniques. She trained all of the coaches very well, academic coaching. So you'll be sure to have that same methods and strategies that have shown to be quite successful over the time that the company has existed. Thanks for watching this video. Have a lovely day and hope to see you soon.